Hello, fellow heroes and or villains, and welcome to the last episode of this year's HFfeb. Today we are taking a look at my Splitface MOC. So kind of the interesting story behind this MOC is basically I had bought two Splitfaces to make a all gunmetal version and an all red version. And I had that kind of built around for a bit, but then I decided, I kind of want to combine the two and make just a bigger, stronger looking split face. And that's what I did. And then a couple weeks ago at the recording of this video, so by the time this video is uploaded several months ago, I decided to sort of slightly modify it with parts that weren't from the original two sets to make them even more imposing. So let's start with gimmicks. For gimmicks, you have the Zamor Sphere launcher, also the insecticide launcher that you can fire. And now I've lost the ball. There we go. Got it. So you can fire that. And then you've got the articulated hand with three saw blades at the end, which I thought was pretty cool. And then the final gimmicky thing, you can't actually open this. I specifically built it to be locked shut. But I took one of the canisters from Invasion from Below and just filled it with quasi spikes, random plant pieces. I think there's an extra Zamor sphere in there. Just to be like the tank that the insecticide gun is drawing its energy from. And that about does it for Splitface's gimmicks. So now let's go over articulation, because Splitface here is actually decently articulated. So you've got ball-jointed hips, hinge-jointed knees, ball-jointed ankles. Then you have ball-jointed shoulders, hinge-jointed elbows, and then hinge-jointed arms. And yes, I am aware that this arm is longer than the other arm. That was intentional, because I like to imagine, whereas the red side of Splitface harnesses the energy to power a weapon, I like to imagine the gunmetal side of Splitface actually is just absorbing the energy into the body to bulk it up, sort of like Bane from Batman kind of thing, even though I've literally never read or really watched any Batman stuff besides one time I watched a Batman movie for a sociology project when I was still going to school. But and then also the fingers are on hinge joints, and the head is on a double ball joint, and then this shoulder pauldron is also on a double ball joint, so you can kind of adjust it how you see fit. But that about does it for Splitface, and that also does it for HFfeb. We'll see if I'm still around by next year. Maybe I'll do some more HFfeb stuff. Maybe not. We'll see. Kind of all depends on how things with my health are going. But till then, hope you all had a wonderful February and you got a little inspired by these videos to build your own heroes and villains, because honestly, as much as Bionicle is like my main hyperfixation, I also really like Hero Factory, and I'm kind of sad by how little Hero Factory has been appreciated by people over the years. So I'm hoping with these past couple HFfebs we've had that Hero Factory gets popular again and we get a bunch of people building heroes and villains. Although I hope it doesn't end up like Bionicle did these last 2 years, where Bionicle went from every set being somewhat affordable to now a bunch of the sets go for like way more than they're actually worth, which fucking sucks for me as someone who likes to build Bionicles but is always running out of parts. I've had to resort to bootlegs to get my parts because the official prices have gotten insane this past year. But that about does it for me. tune in next week for the continuation of the Dimitri Soru inspired Toamata builds that I have going on.